It's the first weekend of February, and wow, winter is certainly sinking its teeth into many regions across Canada. We are in Storm Center for the intense weather that is coming your way across Atlantic Canada. Good morning, Nathan Coleman. We're going to be getting to you in just a second, but I do want to show our audience that we do have winter storm warnings in place across the south of Alberta. We have a snowfall warning for Okotoks, for Brooks, Lethbridge, Claresholm. You can see big amounts of snow coming your way. You know, Lethbridge was feeling the warmth of spring, and now 20 to 30 centimeters of snow in your backyard. But right now, I'll take things over to you, Nathan Coleman in Halifax, because you certainly are not missing out on an epic winter storm. The roads were looking just horrible this morning, and now daylight is here, lunchtime is nearing, and we will continue to look at some really intense travel as we go throughout the day today.
Well, yes, yesterday, Shubenacadie Sam predicted that winter was over. Lucy the lobster, 6 more weeks of winter. I'm going to trust the lobster on this one. I mean, this is an incredible system because it will be retrograding, and that's what's going to give us all the additional snowfall in the coming days. Here in Halifax, we're contending with that blowing snow currently. You know, the city recommending to avoid unnecessary travel out here. But as you move further to the northeast, places like Sydney, that's where we're going to see upwards, we're reaching towards over 80 centimeters of snow by the time it's all said and done next week. So, I hope you stocked up on your supplies for this one, because now it's a little too late to be venturing out on the roads out here. It's quite dangerous. You know, I was slipping and sliding, so taking things very slow with my winter tires, but there's not many people out on the roads aside from the plows out here.
Yeah, Nate, you know what? That is such a good reminder to just tell people to be off the roads. It's not too often that the city of Halifax sends out a tweet and says, stay home today, please. Now, we do know that road crews will be working throughout the weekend. It's going to be a huge job keeping everything clear across Nova Scotia. But Nate, I just want to show the audience here, it really is interesting to look at how much snowfall Nova Scotia is going to get. 20 to 30 for Halifax, possibly 90 centimeters across Cape Breton Island. And then Fredericton, maybe 5 centimeters, Miramichi, 5 to 10. Nova Scotia has really been taking the brunt of these big winter storms over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, a lot of times, as you know, you've been to northern New Brunswick on the snowmobile trails. They love winter up there, but here it's a snowmobiler's paradise in Cape Breton after this moves through. But yeah, we're going to have to wait for the winds to calm down, especially over places. There are special advisories from EMO, the Emergency Management Office, about the Cobequid Pass for one, and also the Canso Causeway. Like, those roadways will be treacherous. They could get closed down, so you want to be aware of that if you had any travel plans. But like I mentioned, best to stay indoors. We're dealing with thousands of power outages already. Be very cautious if you're using a generator, of course, and there are some reminder tips on the NSEMO website.
Yeah, absolutely. All good advice. And to also check in with 511 as well. If you do have to get out on the roads, they will have updated status on a lot of these road conditions. And Nate, I also think about the Confederation Bridge. That is just going to be a horrible route to be on today.
Yes, it's often closed to high-sided vehicles, and they'll have to make the call whether they close it off completely, which has already happened once this year. So we have had our share of windstorms, but the difference this time is really the big storm that closed schools just on Monday. The snow didn't all melt. It's all still here because we had a cold week, and now more on top of it, so there's lots of it to blow around in these winds.
All right, something we'll continue to watch. An interesting weekend for weather. Thanks, Nate.